Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm LJ if you're new to my channel. So today's video, we're going to be talking about matte foundations and dry skin. So I know a lot of dry skin people tend to gravitate towards like luminous foundations, hydrating foundations. I used to be that person, but I've really started loving matte foundations. Actually, matte foundations right now are the types of foundations that I gravitate towards more because I just realized like with matte foundations, they last longer, and especially if I'm going for like a full day of like wearing makeup, I'm gonna take pictures and be on videos and stuff like that, just to make sure like my makeup is intact, I don't get shiny, doesn't look like my foundation has moved. I really like wearing matte foundations. I never used to be a big fan of wearing matte foundations because my skin would not allow me to wear matte foundations. If I put on a matte foundation, it wouldn't blend at all. Like it would just stay there, and I wouldn't like the foundation because my skin would not allow matte foundation to blend. Just like over the years of, practicing good skincare, I've really learned that my skin actually can wear matte foundations if I do it the right way, okay? So today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys and sharing with you guys a few products that I like to use before I wear my matte foundations. I'm also going to be weighing in a little bit of options, alternatives. You don't necessarily have to use these products. I'm just going to be sharing with you guys my favorite products right now that I feel like really work well if I'm going for a matte foundation. So that's what I'll be doing in this video. So if you're interested, keep on watching. But if you've not subscribed, go ahead and join the LJ family and also hit the bell so you're always notified of a new upload. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
LJ, welcome to a channel where it's popping. Welcome to a YouTube.
I remember when I used to see a lot of people on Instagram like taking pictures with like flash, and their makeup would look so intact. It wouldn't look like it's moved. It would look like they freshly beat their face. But for me, when I used to wear like luminous foundations or hydrating foundations, like after a while I get laugh lines, they start moving, creasing. You start to see it. It doesn't really look really good in pictures. Not to say that you can't wear luminous foundations or you can't wear hydrating foundations. I still love those foundations because they feel good on my skin. But if I know I'm going somewhere and I'm about to take pictures, I like to stick to matte foundations. So right now my skin is looking dry. I did moisturize it earlier this morning because I always wake up and I always make sure to moisturize my skin because my skin is super dry in the morning. So I did moisturize it. It's been a couple of hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a serum. So I like to apply a serum, then go in with a moisturizer. So that's kind of like the first thing I like to do. Right now, the serum that I've been really loving is this Byron New York Tomato Serum. As you guys can see, I've gotten a pretty good use out of this product. I've had it for less than a month, but I've been really loving it. It is a serum that I feel like is perfect if you have really dry skin, like extremely dry skin. This product would be so good. It hasn't broken me out at all. I do have sensitive skin, so right now I'm good. So I really like this product so far. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a little bit of this. A good alternative for this product would be the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. But as far as like serums, I also like using like Fresh Beauty serums. Any type of serum that really just gives your skin like hydration, I would initially go in with that kind of serum. As you guys can see, it looks kind of like dewy and like too moisturizing right now. But this is really how I like to apply my base before foundation. I like it looking like this, looking really dewy, because at the end of the day my skin is going to absorb all this and it's gonna leave it dry. So it doesn't really matter if initially when you apply it, it looks like this. It looks kind of like a little bit too much, but trust me, it feels good on my skin. It makes my skin feel like, I'm feeding it. And that's how your skin should really feel before you use a matte foundation. You want to make sure your skin feels good, because if you put on a matte foundation without your skin feeling good, that matte foundation is not going to feel good on your skin. It's going to feel like uncomfortable, and you want your makeup to feel comfortable if you're going to wear it all day. So any type of serum that really moisturizes your skin or that really hydrates your skin and makes your skin look like this really could work. I feel like this product is very expensive and not a lot of people can afford $125 for a serum. So after this step, I like to go in with a primer. So for me, I like using either hydrating primers or moisturizing primers. Those are the only two types of primers that I like using. I don't like using matte primers. I don't like using illuminating primers. Just only hydrating primers or moisturizing primers. Those two primers feel really good on my skin. So for those of you guys who don't know, like my favorite, top-notch, all-time favorite primer right now is the Fenty Beauty Soft Silk Primer. This primer is really good. I've gone through like 2 bottles of this and it's amazing. It's super hydrating. It feels silky, feels very good. And I feel like a good alternative for this primer is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer. So this is also a hydrating primer. The only difference between this and the Fenty Beauty Primer is that I don't feel like this one is as silky as the Fenty Primer. I like the Fenty Primer because it feels very lightweight. It doesn't feel like you're adding anything onto your skin, and I feel like this one is a little different. But if you're looking for a good alternative that is close to the Fenty Primer, I would definitely say the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Primer. So both of these are hydrating. So another primer that I've been really loving that I recently, well not recently, that I've tried maybe like 2-3 months ago that I've discovered that is really good is the NYX Bear With Me Sunscreen Primer. The reason why I like this primer is because I really used it a lot in the summer because it contained an SPF of 30 and it was a moisturizer and it was a primer at the same time. It didn't leave me a white cast. So I really feel like this one is really good for us dry skin girls. I have seen a couple of dry skin girls on YouTube wear this primer and they said they absolutely love it. So this one would be one that I would recommend if you're really dry skin and you're looking for something that is a primer, SPF, and moisturizer at the same time. So for today, I'm gonna wear the Fenty Beauty Primer because this one is my favorite. It's my go-to. Right now, it's winter time, so I don't really need to have like an SPF primer. I do wear SPF in the wintertime as well, but I don't feel like the primer has to contain SPF. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those products that I'll be using for a really long time until I come up with something very similar. Alright, so this is what my skin is looking like. I know it looks dewy. It looks like, whoa, like, isn't it a bit too moisturizing? But, you know, if you're dry skin, like, you know how it feels. Like, you know how like dry skin feels. It's just like your skin absorbs all this. I'm not concerned about how shiny and how moisturizing it looks. This is exactly how I like my skin to look before applying a matte foundation. So I'm gonna move on to foundation. A really good foundation that I've, you know, recently tried that I feel like is bomb. I literally wore this foundation at night and I took pictures and my makeup was literally intact. Like, I think I waited maybe like 2 to 3 hours and my makeup didn't move at all. And when I took the pictures, it just stayed the same, literally. So the foundation that I've been loving is the Nars Soft Matte Foundation. You guys are gonna see me use this all the time, especially if I'm wearing my makeup out and I'm going somewhere. If not, then, you know, I might switch it up, but this is really good. Another one that I feel like is very similar to this Nars is the Fenty Soft Matte Foundation. This one has been a favorite for a little bit until Nars came and gave us another soft matte foundation. But with this Fenty foundation, it's a little less natural than the Nars foundation, but this one is also really good. They have a lot of shades and this one is actually a better match than the Nars foundation. So I really like this Fenty foundation. And then another matte foundation that I've been really loving is the Too Faced Born This Way 24-Hour Matte Foundation. The only problem with this foundation is that I don't have a perfect match, but this foundation is really good. However, I will say that the foundation does give me laugh lines, so it's not as intact as the Fenty and the Nars foundation. It moves just a little bit. This one would be one that I would only wear for like 6 to 8 hours, but the Nars and the Fenty, I can wear it for a long time and my makeup will be intact. So for today, I'm gonna use the Nars foundation just because I've been really loving it and I wanna get a pretty good use out of this foundation. So the shade that I'm using in this is New Caledonia. And if you guys are wondering like what are my foundation shades, I always leave that in the description box down below. So if you want to like compare my shades with your shades, I have most of the foundations that I've matched really well. All of them are in the description box. And a little bit goes a long way with this foundation. It is recommended to use your hands to blend it out. But y'all know I like to use my beauty sponge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my beauty sponge to blend it out. So as you guys can see, like when I'm blending it out, it's blending. Like it's leaving a little bit of patches right there, but if I go in with like a really damp beauty sponge, it makes it easier to blend it out. It doesn't really patch up as much. But one thing I noticed, like if I don't moisturize my skin the way I just did right now with like the serum and the primer, it's really going to be really patchy. It's not going to blend out, but right now it's blending out pretty good. I do have to blend it out a lot because I do see a couple of patches around this area, so I just go in and blend it out. On my forehead, it gets really patchy. Like the part of my face that gets the patchiest is my forehead area. As you guys can see, it's a little bit harder to blend out. That's like one of the areas on my face that's the driest. The forehead area, and then this area right here is like the super driest area. So I just have to make sure that I'm really blending it out before the foundation dries. And what you want to do is you want to blend it out fast. Don't put it on your face, blend it out, and then do something and then come back and blend it out. If you have dry skin, it's not going to blend. Like it's gonna stay there. So I like to make sure as soon as I put it on, I'm blending it out. Alright, so this is what the foundation looks like. So this is really how the foundation lasts for about 3 to 4 hours. It doesn't move at all. With this foundation, I never get any laugh lines. As you guys can see, like the foundation is completely blended out. I don't see any patches, anything like looking really weird on my skin. I didn't have a hard time blending it out. Right now, this is really what the foundation is looking like. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face and then come back and show you guys like what my skin looks like a couple of hours later. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right guys, so this is the final look. This is what my makeup looks like. So I've already had this makeup on for 7 hours. I was filming a review video, so I was really just taking my time doing the review video. It's been 5 hours and this is what the matte foundation looks like so far. So I wore this makeup when I was going out on a dinner date and it looked so intact. It was like a ride or die type of makeup look. So yeah, the foundation lasted a really long time. So that is the reason why I like to wear matte foundations. Even though I have dry skin, I feel like people with dry skin can definitely wear matte foundations, but it's just based on your technique and what you do when you're wearing the matte foundation, like how you prep your skin before. Like I told you guys in the beginning of the video that I did my skincare in the morning and then it had been like 3 to 4 hours before I was applying the serum again and then going in with primer. So really making sure that my skin is hydrated and moisturized throughout the day before I wear the matte foundation, because if your skin is dry and then you just feed it hydration and moisture right before you apply the foundation, the base of your skin is still very dry, so your skin kind of has to like absorb in the moisture. So you have to moisturize your skin a couple hours before and then go in with more moisture to get this texture of your skin to be really smooth and nice so that the matte foundation blends really well on your skin. Because people with dry skin, the texture of their skin doesn't really go well with the mattifying product within the foundation. So the product within the foundation that makes the foundation a matte foundation doesn't really go on dry skin really well because it doesn't have those natural oils that oily skin people have. So it's really hard to blend out the foundation. So that's just how I like to do it. I'm in love with matte foundations right now. I never really thought I would be wearing matte foundations with my skin because it's really dry, but right now I really love matte foundations and I just wanted to share with you guys, for those of you guys who are dry skin and are really scared to be wearing matte foundations and you just kind of like, I really don't want to wear matte foundations, but I really like matte foundations because they last long and your makeup is intact. So I really hope this video was helpful. If it was, leave your girl a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and join the LJ family and also hit the bell so you're always notified of a new upload. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's poppin'. You better subscribe, got it on lock, yeah. Got it on lock, yeah. We need more likes, more views, yeah. You can leave a comment too. Welcome to our YouTube. Welcome to our YouTube.